Hello my dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Paradise. I'm Ismat. Recently a comment on a Facebook post caught my attention. In the comment, a gentleman asked 3 questions and was hoping to get an answer, and he did not get a direct answer to his questions. So I thought I would just give it a try to answer his questions. I think many of us have the same questions in our minds. Let's get to those questions and the answers. First, I will read out the questions. So the 3 questions that he had, the question number 1 was, how do I open myself? Second question, how do I allow God's power to work through me? And the third question, how can I get to a place where I'm able to attract what I need and want to me effortlessly, if I could say effortlessly. So the first question, how do I open myself? He's saying that how do I open myself to God? One door must be closed before the other door opens. For us to open ourselves to God means that we need to close the door to our earthly illusions. For the heavens door to open for us, we must surrender our earthly human journey and submit ourselves to our soul. Our soul is a smaller version of the spirit, and each spirit being is a divided part of God. Therefore, each soul is God. When we spirit being come to earth, our spirit is being formatted into a soul, and that soul wears a human body. And for the purpose of our spiritual evolution, the soul submits all of its authority to our body, or more precisely, to our conscious mind. When we go through this journey of spiritual evolution, we go through many negative experiences as part of that spiritual evolution. At one point, we are to surrender this negative journey and return to our spirit, to our purity. To experience that purity in human form, we must surrender our earthly journey and revoke that power from our conscious mind and submit that power back to our soul, so that our soul can start the process of experiencing purity. Once we surrender that power to our soul, that is when we are opening up ourselves to God. The second question, how do I allow God's power to work through me? Surrendering our earthly journey means to let go of all control and let our soul be in charge. Once we revoke that power from our conscious mind and we submit that power to our soul, then we no longer are assuming our identity as a separate being than God. We lose ourselves to oneness of God. And once we are able to do that, that is when our soul, our body, and our conscious mind will all come into an alignment. At that point, God's power can work through us. Then God, or you, being expressed in human form, will be of service to others. And that's how God will use you to work God's power through you. The third question was, how can I get to a place where I'm able to attract what I need and want to me effortlessly, if I could say effortlessly? Your soul exists in purity eternally. And in this pure state, the whole universe belongs to God, which is you. When you become aware that you are God, then you don't have any needs or wants, because everything already belongs to you. Why would you bother to have the needs and wants when you already have everything? The needs and wants are the things we play pretend in our earthly illusions. However, Since we are the like image of God, or we are the creator, we have the desire to create. And the physical earth adds so much depth and excitement to that creativity as we go through the process of trial and error. Although sometimes we feel bitter about it, but we forget that that's what exactly we are here on earth to experience. In our heavenly existence, when we want to create something, we simply think about it and it appears. So our earthly journey adds so much excitement to our creativity. If you would like to create something, if you desire to create something, then you simply need to make an intention and work toward that creativity. Okay, now you need to remember, since you have submitted yourself to your soul, you need to resist the urge to control the outcomes of your creativity. In other words, don't expect anything. And I'm not saying that you need to just sit there and do nothing. Rather, you only need to be in control of what is within your control and let go of those things that are beyond your control and let the nature take its course. In doing so, you will be creating your desired reality, but effortlessly. The only reason we experience hardship and challenges in life is because of our intense desire to control everything. We need to remember to let go of all control and let things flow naturally. In addition to answering these questions, I also wanted to say that in search of God's truth, the words that we speak, the questions that we ask, within these questions lie the answers we are seeking. And I'm going to show you exactly how this is true. So the gentleman that asked this question, the first question was that, how do I open myself to God? The answer was, open up yourself to God. The second question that he asked, how do I allow God's power to work through me? And the soul is saying to him is that when you open yourself up to God, that is when God's power will work through you. And the third question that he had, how can I get to a place where I am able to attract what I need and want to me effortlessly, if I could say effortlessly? And his soul is saying to him is that when you open up yourself to God, then the power of God will work through you, and that will take you to a place where you can attract whatever you want and need effortlessly. The needs and wants are simply our desire to create a certain reality. That's all that means. When we say we need something, we want something, all we actually want to do is create, because we are creator. So if we are lacking something, we have the urge to create that. Whatever that you are lacking, you need to create that in your life. And don't expect someone to hand it to you, because we are the creator and we exist as an independent spirit. We don't rely on anyone to do anything for us, but we rely on ourselves. And that's what it means to be powerful.